Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Buckeyes ready to get this thing started and open the season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. The give out of the gun. Fights off the defender. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it.
Breaks into the open. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
They say it's still a game of field possession, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Quarterback will keep it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession one, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. scanning the field. It's quick. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And you can tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
The Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to sling it on second down. Unloads it left. Got his man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. Keeps it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. Under heat, he gets rid of it.
Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. Their offseason, just what they were looking for. Top 10 recruiting class. Now they've got to figure out how to best use that talent, Jesse.
Well, not just difference makers in this top 10 class, but they've got some guys that they think can be key contributors both on offense and defense. And in this first game, you know they've got to be excited.
Yeah, and they're probably nervous too, right? Like first big-time stage, big-time moment. A lot of young talent. Let's see how they start their career.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that's why you hold your breath every single time this guy catches the football. That's a short, easy completion. He's so dangerous after the catch, David, and he shows you the wheels, taking it all the way to the house.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to point out, how about the QB play? Getting the ball out right where he can catch the football and use his speed and playmaking ability after it, and he shows you, man. That's why he's dangerous. That's why this offense is always one play away from getting to the house.
Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll give it to the back. At the 35, he's loose. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Bulldogs, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. It's Moffitt. Got room at the 35. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Georgia.
Now on first down from the 30. The RPO, it's complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
And you could tell QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but into the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got the quick pass. He stopped well short of the line to gain at the 22. Not a chip shot field goal, but certainly makeable. We'll see what they do on 4th down. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down, using the quick game. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
Gonna take a shot. Makes the grab down the left side. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
Yeah, you can tell the timing wasn't great, and the quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Motion from the wideout. The give to the tailback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
It'll be 3rd and long. Holmes is on number. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then following up for a massive fumble recovery.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. They'll leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. Hey, no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Well, after that incompletion now, you got 4th down in your own end, but based on the fact they've scored 2 touchdowns and kicked a field goal now, they've been looking pretty good. And if I'm the head coach, I think I'm putting a lot of faith and trust in my offense to go get this thing.
They punt it away on 4th down. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. The offense will have to use its... Timeout of the half. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air, it's quick. Finds the tight end. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. There he goes! To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State...
there's an alley to the left. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Powers through the defender. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
And the Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Now on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Finds his target down the middle. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver, because now you're a big target. And on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your size and your physicality to get the job done almost every time.
The Buckeyes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's quick. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
quarterback making adjustments. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 7th play of the drive coming, and they'll need 10 on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. Makes the catch. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
The Buckeyes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Takes the handoff. It's Moffitt. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quickly complete. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a 1st down here late in the half. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Dogs will have it 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Going for it all. Makes the grab inside the 30. Finds a seam. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole 1st half, and he delivers. And they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes courtesy of an explosive play in the passing game from 60 yards out. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
First and 10.
A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Dropping back, it's quick. He rifles one deep down the right side.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, and just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive, and not just that. They're taking deep shots way down the field, but give the defense credit. They were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
They kick it away on 4th down. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Now on the move. Are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Georgia.
Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. What a disappointment. No good. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Not near. Much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
So now it's 2nd and long. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw, it's quick. Right on target this time. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. It's a running room. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. In your own territory, 4th down, no problem at all. They just go for it again.
What about you, Reese? Are you going for that?
Yeah, man. The Buckeyes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. To the air on 1st down. Quick completion on the out. He's got it out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Shoots it to the left. Just a little off. Incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To the air. It's quick. Under fire. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
The sure hands. It's Spears. Just outside the red zone. If they pick up the first down, they'll spot it at the 22. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Really nice job by the quarterback getting through his progression. He wanted to throw that football down the field, but nobody was open. He never forgot about his running back, running the swing route, spitting it out to the perimeter, and letting him do the rest for a touchdown.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That lead has dwindled down to 3 now to see if they have a response. Power football with the run. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. They want to run this quarterback. Turning it on. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Georgia.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that. Got some room to run. He's at the 20.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He wants to change this route. Looking for a man. It's quick. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll try to get it through the air. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And listen, on 3rd and 1, I'm bringing so many bodies near the line of scrimmage thinking you're going to run the football. But guess what? Now when I got all those bodies near the line of scrimmage, they're already there. I'm blitzing. I'm bringing pressure. I'm getting you on the ground.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Makes the grab. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. When you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
He's got his man. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. On the move. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Rush is on him. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Ohio State. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
At this juncture of the game, one play is going to make the difference. It's going to be a momentum-changing play. Who's going to come up with it that time, Pollock?
Oh, and they blocked him. Still on his feet, and remember, he can return it. What a play, finding a way to get it into the end zone, and after all of that, it's even better. You wind up with a 2-point conversion. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. He's open on the right. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. Off the RPO, complete. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. A run for the quarterback. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Temple. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm throw. You take your steps, you get the ball out, it's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up. And now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Looking to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
And here we go. Down the score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs.
We're at a juncture of the game now here in the fourth quarter. One possession game. Every critical down and distance is going to matter. And on that fourth down, the defense gets the win. Great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion and a turnover on downs.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. To the air. It's quick. Fires to the right. A strike downfield. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. Looks as if they're going to get the W behind a really good performance from their passing attack and maybe hold that edge in the rankings as well, fellas.
They're going to hold the edge. They're going to create some separation, too, I think, because of their throwing ability. This quarterback came into this game lighting it up. We knew in the preseason this guy had talent, but against an opponent like this, David, it's impressive to see his performance.
Well, it's one thing to have talent, but to get all the talent with the new pieces every single year to work together, this passing attack looks like they're going to be formidable. And now you already got that one top 25 win for the resume to keep building throughout this season.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the tight end outside. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
Well, he gets the first down on that one. I think if he could do it over, though, he would do his best to stay inbounds and try to bleed as much clock. With the lead right now, obviously the clock is their ally. That's something that they're going to work more on in practice as the season progresses.
Looking for the score. And he's got it for the touchdown, and that one just might do it.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Snaps it in the shotgun. A deep throw as the clock winds down.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter. You're just trying to take a shot, see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. The problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
He's going to take off. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. The snap sets up to throw. Might be looking to run. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Trying to find the end zone. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
All right, big touchdown makes it a 9-point game. You got to kick the extra point right now, and then you've got to find a way somehow, some way to get the football back. You're going to have to score again and go for 2. A lot has to go right, but at least you get that touchdown to give yourself an opportunity.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. They want to throw it. Batted at the line and incomplete as that throw was headed toward the end zone. They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. The Hams team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner, right? What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this.
Breaks into the open. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and he can put up even bigger numbers. And heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
You know, you just can't coach toughness in quarterbacks. This guy's been sacked multiple times in this one, and on that last play, he gets drilled again, but he delivers a strike. I'll tell you what, this guy's going to be in an ice bath after the game.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That would.
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields. Might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Start this drive firing. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Got room on the return. And after the turnover, out of bounds at the 12 to set up this offense.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on